Miss Sullivan?
Here, at last. I thought the trains backed up every time I dozed off.
I'm James Keller.
James. I had a brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen's?
I'm only her half-brother. You're to be her governess?
Well, try.
You look like half a governess. Mrs. Keller, Miss Sullivan.
We've met every train for 2 days.
Oh, I switched trains every time they stopped. I swear that man that sold me that ticket ought to be tied to the tracks.
You have a trunk, Miss Sullivan?
Oh, yes, of course. Ooh. You didn't bring Helen. I was hoping you would.
No, she's home.
Oh. Do you live far from here, Mrs. Keller?
Only a mile.
Oh. I suppose I can wait 1 more mile. But don't be surprised if I get out to push the horse.
Helen's waiting for you, too. There's been such a bustle in the house, she expects something, heaven knows what. I expected a desiccated spinster. You're very young.
Well, you should have seen me before I left Boston. I got much older on this trip.
I mean, to teach anyone as difficult as Helen.
Well, I mean to try. They can't put you in jail for trying.
Is it possible, even, to teach a deaf, blind child half of what an ordinary child learns? Has that ever been done?
Half?
A tenth.
No. Dr. Howe did wonders, but an ordinary child? No, never. Although, when I was going over his reports, he never treated them like ordinary children, more like eggs everyone was afraid would break.
May I ask how old you are?
Well, I'm not in my teens, you know. I'm 20.
All of 20.
Mrs. Keller, don't lose heart because I'm not on my last legs. I've got 3 big advantages over Dr. Howe that money couldn't buy you. One is all of his work behind me. I've read every word he wrote of it, and he's not exactly a man of few words. Another is to be young. Why, I've got energy to do anything. And the third is that I've been blind.
Advantages.
Some have the luck of the Irish and some do not.
What will you try to teach her first?
First, last, and in between, language.
Language.
Language is to the mind more than sight is to the eye. Dr. Howe said that.
Language. We can't get through to teach her to sit still. You are young despite your years to have such confidence. Do you inside?
No. To tell you the truth, I'm as shaky inside as a baby's rattle.
Don't be. We'll do all we can to help and to make you feel at home. Don't think of us as strangers, Miss Annie.
Oh, strangers aren't so strange to me. I've known them all my life.
Captain Keller! Captain Keller, they coming! Showing up king, Captain.
Oh, welcome to Ivy Green, Miss Sullivan. I take it you are Miss Sullivan.
My husband, Miss Annie, Captain Keller.
Oh, Captain, how do you do?
A pleasure to see you at last. I take it you had an agreeable journey.
Oh, I had several. When did this country get so big?
Where would you like the trunk, Father?
Oh, where Miss Sullivan can get to it, I imagine.
Yes, please. Where's Helen?
In the hall, Jimmy.
We've put you in the upstairs corner room, Miss Annie. If there's any breeze at all this summer, you'll feel it.
And the suitcase.
Oh, actually, I can take it.
Not at all. I'll have it, Miss Sullivan.
Well, I'd like it.
Miss Sullivan, you'll find here in the South we
I
deal
am
with...
so
Ah!
waiting for Helen. Thank you.
very rough, Katie.
I like her, Captain.
Certainly a rare particular kind of woman from the north. How old is she?
Oh, well, she's not in her teens, you know.
She's only a child. What is her family like, shipping her off and alone this far?
I couldn't learn. She's very close-mouthed about some things.
And those glasses. Why does she wear them? You know, I like to view a
For the
person there-
sun. She was blind.
Blind.
She's had 9 operations in her eyes, one just before she left.
Blind. Good heavens. Did they expect one blind child to teach another? Has she any experience at least? How long did she work there?
She was a pupil.
Katie. Katie. This is her first position?
She was valedictorian.
Here is a household of grown-ups who can't cope with a child. How's a half-blind, inexperienced Yankee schoolgirl gonna do?
Great. Now we have 2 of them to take care of.
You take care of those strawberry plants.
Nothing I say is right.
Why say anything? Don't be long, Captain. We'll have supper right away.
All of the trouble that I went to, and that's how I look. Oh, Helen, not the bloomers. All right, Miss O'Sullivan, let's begin with doll. D O L L.
You spell pretty well. Finding out if she's ticklish? She is. What is it? A game?
An alphabet
Alphabet?
for the deaf. How bright she is.
You think she knows what she's doing? She imitates everything. She's a monkey.
Well, she's a bright monkey, all right.
She wants her doll back.
When she says it.
Spell it. She doesn't even know the thing has a name even.
Well, no one expects her to know. All I want is for her fingers to learn the letters.
It won't mean anything to her.
Come on.
Doesn't like that alphabet, Miss Sullivan. You invented it yourself.
Spanish monks on a vow of silence, which I wish you would take. Cake from Washington up north. It's the best that I could do. C A K E. Do what my fingers do, never mind what it means. C A K E. Get that down fast or I'll take that too. D O L L. imitate now, understand later. That's the end of the first lesson. Oh, you little wretch.